Hey guys, I hope this video finds you well. So today I just wanted to talk about how minimalism can save you a ton of money and stress. So I'm gonna just read what I have written out so I don't fumble my words. Honestly, it'll just make this video a lot easier for you guys to watch. We are living in a time where consumer debt is at an all-time high. I found out that the average credit card balance per borrower is roughly $6,500. That's a lot of money and a lot of stress. Like, I seriously can't even imagine the emotional weight that may have on some people when they know like how much debt they're in, and especially from buying stuff that you may not have needed. So in this video I will explain how getting back to the basics of minimalism can save you hundreds if not thousands of dollars and lower your stress. This is not professional financial advice, obviously, just things that I've learned through my own personal experience. So here's 3 ideas that may be able to help you simplify your life. So the first one is, when you're out shopping and tempted to buy something, just literally suck it up and tell yourself you don't need it. Like, especially if you're trying to spend less and save money, this is something that will really help you. It's simple. So over the years, I would find myself emotionally shopping in places like TJ Maxx, Ross, Dollar Tree, Goodwill, you name it. I would go into the store for 1 or 2 items and leave with a cartload of junk that I didn't need. I was seriously so bad about this, especially at Dollar Tree. Before they raised their prices from $1 to $1.25, I thought I was getting such a bargain. I'd be in there loading my cart up with all these things that costed only $1, not realizing that a lot of this stuff is probably cheaper at Walmart, and I'm not even going to use half the stuff that I was buying. And so I would be buying like beauty products, kitchen gadgets, art supplies, the list goes on. And once I started to notice how much money I was wasting and how much clutter I was accumulating, I was realizing, all right, enough is enough. Something has to change. So now, for the most part, I don't go out shopping just to shop, unless I'm like window shopping for something. I go out with a list. I go out with an intention. Maybe I'm looking for a specific piece of art for a certain area in my place. Maybe I'm looking for a certain type of beauty product, but I am not going to just go out shopping just to shop, because that's where I found myself spending money that I didn't have or shouldn't be spending. And when I'm at the store and I'm tempted through advertisements and pretty colors to buy crap that I don't need, I simply just tell myself, you do not need that. And that's the end of it. And it's truly helped me simplify things a lot and just kind of eliminate all of that emotional clutter and emotional stress of like, do I need this? Do I want this? Do I need another candle? Do I need another shampoo? Do I need another perfume? Do I really actually need this item to function? Or can I go without it? Because a lot of the times I found that like you're not usually going to regret not buying something. It's typically when you buy something that you can't afford that you do regret it. And so just remember that next time you're having that like mental battle with yourself. Okay, so the next thing I wanted to talk about is simply just stop buying stuff you do not need with debt. Um, by giving yourself fewer choices about where your money can come from, you eliminate the option to use debt. And also, I'm not here to demonize debt. I understand that every person's situation is different and comes with its own unique set of circumstances and challenges. Sometimes it's in order to get by, you have to finance things. For example, you could have a hot water heater go out at your house. You could have an emergency medical situation happen where, yes, you do need debt. You need to use debt to pay for things. These things happen. I'm not speaking about that. More what I'm talking about is pointless consumer debt. Using a credit card to finance something like a luxury handbag or takeout food that you actually can't afford is self-sabotaging behavior. You're only setting yourself up for stress in the end when you do this kind of behavior. So save the credit cards for what they're meant for. True emergencies, not a run to Ulta Beauty or, some takeout food that you probably may not be able to afford at the time. Just use credit cards for emergencies. That's what I think they're for. So anyways, the last thing I wanted to talk to you guys about is just stop caring what other people think. I feel like this is huge. And, I'm obviously not perfect. I'm nowhere near it. but I have found true freedom in relieving myself from what other people think about me. Of course, sometimes I still do care what other people think about me, but in certain situations, especially like what I'm about to talk about, it's the comparison trap, and it's dangerous and it's exhausting. So please free yourself from that. Honestly, who cares if you're driving a fancy car or a beater? Who cares is if your purse is Louis Vuitton or Hermes or from Walmart? Who cares? Like, for a minute, ask yourself that. Are you buying the handbag because you truly like it? You like the material, you like the color and the design, you think it looks cute on you? Or are you buying it because of the specific name brand on the bag? Would you still want to buy that handbag if it didn't say Gucci on it? Like, if you took the Gucci label off, would you still really think that bag is so cool and so cute and you love the design and the pattern so much that you're willing to spend 5 G's on it? Like, I just feel like these are the types of questions we need to ask ourselves. And I'm not trying to shame someone. If you can afford to go out there and buy a $5,000 bag in cash, go and rock it. Seriously, there's nothing wrong with that. But if you are feeling the pressure from society to dress a certain way, drive a certain car, wear certain jewelry, wear certain name brands, have the latest tech gear, have the latest, this, that, the other, like, you're just living to impress others and not to find true joy in your own life. And so, money doesn't define you. How you treat yourself and how you treat others is much more important than the material things. We care way too much about what other people think of our financial status when really it's none of their business. It's not anybody's business how much money you make. It's not anyone's business how much money I make. You can make 6 figures and still be miserable. Money doesn't define happiness. We all know that, I think. That's why you see people out there who are very, very wealthy, but like I just mentioned, miserable. But then you see, the person living, maybe off the grid somewhere. This is the other extreme side of it, but maybe they're living off the grid and just living off their own land and doing their own thing and making their own clothes. Or, I just feel like not every mold fits the same person, and not what makes one person happy may not make you happy. So free yourself of the pressure from, trying to, like, you don't have to buy a fancy car. You don't have to have a fancy purse. And I keep talking about purses because that seems to be a huge thing right now. The amount of money I've heard of people spending on a handbag is diabolical, in my opinion, especially if you can't pay cash for it, because I just feel like we're buying stuff to impress people that we don't even know. Like, I don't care if you spent $5,000 on your purse. I don't. It doesn't matter. I care how you treat yourself, how you treat others. Like, I hope that this video has helped you. I hope that maybe it resonated with you in some ways. I'm definitely curious to hear what your thoughts are below. And if you liked it, you can give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you want. I would appreciate it. All right, have a good day, everyone. Bye.